Well, you probably saw or felt all of that right there, all that dust being blown around the valley. This is video from one of ADOT's cameras near I-10 and Queen Creek Road, taken just a few hours ago. Now, we did speed up the video, obviously, but that's so you can see that dust just streaming across the road. It lowered the visibility. Imagine driving through that cloud right there on the freeway in a lot of places, too. The blowing dust moving into Tempe and downtown Phoenix. Our photographer shot this video near South Mountain and the Broadway curve. The dust created that thick haze you can see there all through town. And this was the scene in Ahwatukee, just on the other side of South Mountain. High winds were whipping those palm trees and those flags. Look at them go. The blowing dust creating kind of a halo effect, blocking out some of that sun as well. And you can tell it was just kind of a gross day. Out in the East Valley, in Mesa, the dust and wind creating some harsh conditions for people with respiratory issues. I know I'm one of them. Thanks for joining us this Saturday night on 12 News at 6. I'm William Pitts. We want to get right to meteorologist Chris Dunn here tracking tonight the fast-moving winds across our state. And Chris, that was a lot of dust earlier today.
Yeah, a lot of dust and a lot of wind in a short amount of time, and things have really calmed down in the last hour or so. I want to take you back to earlier this afternoon. This is just after 3 o'clock, and watch right down here in the Southeast Valley. That's where we have the worst of the issues. 2 miles of visibility at Queen Creek, Gilbert 3, Chandler 4. At one point, Chandler Airport reporting down to about 3 miles of visibility, but everybody's showing 10s right now. That's about as good as it gets, and the wind speed is really backed off from where it was. Sky Harbor 17-mile-per-hour winds. The reason for it, an area of low pressure over southwestern Arizona. The weather alerts that we did have in place just to the south of the valley, the blowing dust advisory and the dust storm warning at 6 o'clock, those have now been canceled. They have gone away. But we can see this spin in the clouds right here. That's what's driving that wind, and we knew it was coming. Boy, it really came with a vengeance, too. 18-mile-per-hour winds in Tucson. Here is a look at the East Valley camp right back there, the Superstition Mountains. Earlier, we could not see them at all. We do have more rounds of wind in the forecast. Gusty wind returning statewide on Monday. I have the Futurecast wind forecast coming up. And also, we'll be looking at the possibility of more blowing dust and an elevated fire danger. What about the chance of rain? I have a little bit of that in the forecast as well. That's coming up later in this half hour. Will?